side, picking up some much-needed yards and first downs.
Looking live at Everwise Freed Field on the banks of the St. Joseph River, and you may have to dock a boat on the St. Joe to find a place to park tonight. Come on over for the 67th chapter of what they call the Backyard Brawl. The third-ranked Mishawaka Cavemen take on the 8th-ranked Penn Kingsmen on this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. How you doing, everybody? Alongside my Hall of Fame partner, Bo Hundt, and with Angelo Carlo roaming the sidelines, Chuck Freeby. Great to have you with us inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth for another night of high school football on Sports Michiana. The Mishawaka Cavemen, as we mentioned, ranked number 3. They're 1-0 after a 35-7 win over Marion. Keith Kinder has perennially put together one of the state's best programs. They made the regional in 23. They made the semi-state in 24. But tonight, he's trying to become only the second Mishawaka coach to beat Penn in back-to-back years in the last 45 seasons.
Well, it helps when you have a Snyder and a Fisher, lining up behind quarterback the way he has the last 20 years. He just has a great program, and he puts the people in the right spot in the right places. And when you have guys that are leaders, and when they're leaders as sophomores like Snyder was, and now as junior, just great talent that he has and great kids that believe in the program.
Meanwhile, for the Penn Kingsmen, this may not be your grandpa's Penn program. Oh, yeah, they still play physically under Pete Reardon, but they've got a transfer quarterback by the name of Landon Hall, and he can spin it a little bit, my friend.
Well, I always hear on the street, when's Penn going to open up the playbook? When are they going to open up the playbook? Well, I tell you what, they're going to open up the playbook this year with Hall behind the helm. Just a great job that spins it well, and they are looking forward to a great season with Hall behind the center.
Angelo Carlo joins us down on the sidelines. And Ange, we had a rivalry game last week. We'll have another one in 2 weeks. But for a lot of people in Michiana, this is the rivalry.
Oh, no question about it, Chuck. When this rivalry went away for a few years in 2020 because of the fact that Mishawaka had switched to the Northern Lakes Conference, everyone was wanting for it to come back, and certainly it did a couple years ago, and it's had an electric atmosphere since its return. It always has had an electric atmosphere. You've had so many great players, so many great games, as you guys have talked about. Justin Fisher, who's now at Notre Dame, of course, played in this game, but also had to miss it a few times. Now he's playing for Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame. Marcus's son, Vinny, a senior for the Kingsmen. So earlier this week, Chuck had the chance to ask Coach Freeman if him and Justin are playing nice in the sandbox.
Have you and Justin Fisher engaged in any trash talk over the Penn-Mishawaka game this week?
Not trash talk, but we have discussed it. My son has told me that they're as talented of a team as they're going to see all year. And, now they got a little bit of added motivation because of what happened last year. I told him I'm going to try to be there to support him if I can. But, I kind of stay out of the trash talking business with Fish right now. Mishawaka right now has done a really good job in terms of their football program, as Penn has too. But I don't know why I'm talking about high school football right now.
For the next couple of hours, he's likely focused on the same thing you are. We've got Landon Snyder, quarterback in Mishawaka, Landon Hall for Penn, and which one's landing the W tonight? We'll find out when the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show rolls on Sports Michiana. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
What have you been doing? Looking for a new internet provider. You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life. Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week pregame show is being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. Time now to look at our key players and keys to win for tonight's game between Mishawaka and Penn. We'll start with the Cavemen. We mentioned their quarterback. They are led by the junior Landon Snyder, who turned 17 last Friday while they were knocking off Marion. In that game, he threw for 37 yards, but he ran for 169 and 4 touchdowns. The option quarterback does most of his damage on the ground. And speaking of doing damage, they've got an outstanding linebacker in Camden Putz, all Northern Lakes Conference football and baseball player who had 13 and a half tackles in the win over Marion last week, including 2 tackles for loss. The keys to win for Keith Kinder and the Cavemen.
Keys to win tonight for the Cavemen. They need to eliminate penalties. Way too many penalties last week, and they need to eliminate those. Let Landon cook. They need to let him do his things, whether it's on the ground or through the air, which is very seldom, of course. And third down stops. They have to be able to stop Penn on third down. They cannot let them sustain drives tonight.
Speaking of quarterbacks named Landon, Penn relies on one, too, and his name is Landon Hall, 6'4", 203-pound junior right out of Central Casting. The transfer from Lakeshore made his Kingsman debut last week against Valpo, throwing 11 of 17 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then defensively, they rely on the big hitter, Vinnie Freeman, the 2-time All-NIC selection, was also All-State last year. The 5'11", 197-pound senior headed to Cornell for wrestling, had 56 tackles last year for the Kingsmen. The keys to win for Pete Reardon and Penn.
The keys to win tonight for Penn, they need to take care of that football. They cannot afford to have turnovers tonight. Find your fit, especially with the option that Cavemen run, and tackle on first contact. They cannot allow the Cavemen to get loose after that first contact.
And as always, our keys to win for both teams brought to us by our friends at the Lilliard Insurance Agency. The crowd is in its seats. They are ready to rock. So, too, are the Kingsmen and the Cavemen. We're back with a Babsco opening kickoff after this on Sports Michiana.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer,
Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. We welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth as the Penn Kingsmen have taken the field for the home opener here at Everwise Freed Field. Bo, what are the teams wearing tonight?
Well, tonight's check on what the teams are wearing is brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. Mishawaka Cavemen. The visiting team wearing the white jersey, white pants, white helmets with maroon numbers and trim. Penn, the home team, wearing the black jersey, black pants, gold helmets and trim with white numbers. That's brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka.
Our series history tonight brought to us by Monterey Mexican Grill. This is the 67th chapter of the Backyard Brawl. Penn leads the all-time series 49-16-1. It started in 1965. Mishawaka with the win last year. And a reminder, Monterey Mexican Grill cheers on both teams. Did you know Monterey's got an upstairs event space that holds up to 120 people? They even have a free online catering quote builder at MontereyMexican.com. That's Monterey Mexican Grill on McKinley in Mishawaka. What a night for football here at Freed Field. 70 degrees here at kickoff. The wind, a gentle zephyr out of the northwest at 7. A slight chance of rain. And the weather report tonight brought to us by our friends at Acorn Inspections.
Hey, before you close on that next big deal, call Acorn Inspections. Josh uncovers the hidden issues in commercial and residential properties so you can invest with confidence. Get the process of protecting yourself started by visiting acorninspection.com. Acorn Inspection, you're nuts if you don't pick us.
The officials meeting with the two teams out in the center of the field. Sean Jenkins is our referee tonight. He's in the white hat. He's a hot mess because he just dropped off his daughter at college. Chad Davis, Chris Mathis, Brendan Turner, and Savon Williams are working with them. Penn has won the toss and deferred. Mishawaka will receive down at the south end of Everwise Freed Field.
This first quarter is brought to you by Hardware Plus with roots, and they root for the Kingsmen and have been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century, featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
And our opening kickoff tonight will be brought to us by our friends at Babsco. Both of these teams 1-0 coming in. Mishawaka defeated Marion last week 35-7, while Penn had to go on the road to Valparaiso and needed a strip sack fumble late in the game to beat the Vikings by the count of 21-13. Harris Stipp, a member of the Penn boys soccer team, will be handling the kickoff here. And by the way, our kicks tonight, not only the opening kickoff sponsored by Babsco, but our kicks tonight sponsored by our friends at Stipp Law.
Yeah, Stipp Law in South Bend says, "Go Kingsmen and have a great season." Stipp Law achieves positive results by providing comprehensive, passionate representation. Stipp Law, legal help for all your life hurdles.
Meanwhile, the special teams for Mishawaka now taking the field. Amir Dean and Brylan Houston are the deep men for Keith Kinder on his kickoff return. What a great night for football here in the Princess City. Still a few seats available, but many of the crowd having to take a long walk from the parking lots because the lots filled up early here. They were tailgating 2 hours before kickoff here.
A lot of talk about this game throughout the community, throughout the whole week, and it's all led up to this tonight. And here to call the play-by-play, the Hall of Famer, Chuck Freeby.
Harris Stipp is on the approach, and it's the Backyard Brawl, y'all, here on Sports Michiana. Amir Dean from the 2. Found some room up the middle and hung on to the football after being hit by Penn up at the 30-yard line. So good field position for Landon Snyder and the Penn offense as they take the Mishawaka offense as the Cavemen take the field. Kyle Shaw, the offensive coordinator, with his offense gathered around him there. But Snyder, certainly the straw that stirs the drink on this offense. He was very talented in his sophomore year, and he says he's much more comfortable running the offense now as a junior.
Yeah, you could see it really confidence level gain towards it got to the end of the year last year, and you knew that it was going to be even more positive this year.
Caden O'Neill, a 5'8", 200-pound senior, is his fullback. And it is Snyder pitching out to Carson Francis around the corner. And Francis has a first down sponsored by the Mishawaka Schools as he crashes forward to the 33-yard line for a pickup of 13. And let's meet the Mishawaka offense. It's sponsored by Chonacki Automotive Repair in Mishawaka, cheering on the Cavemen as you get another look on the Zolman Tire replay.
Mishawaka hurrying to the line.
We'll see what happens on this first down play. And maybe we can meet the offense after that. Snyder surveys the situation as he gets in behind his center, Coley Rosenberg. He moves Francis over to his right. Still 7 on the play clock. It's O'Neill bursting up the middle, and the fullback powers his way to the midfield stripe for a pickup of 6. Now let's meet that Mishawaka offense, brought to you by Chonacki Automotive Repair. Along with Snyder and O'Neill in the backfield, you already saw Carson Francis. They have Corin Shepley getting the start at split end tonight. Walker Hahn, a talented tight end, and then the returning starters on the line, Lucas DeWilkins and Dominic Brown.
As you said, Chonacki Automotive Repair in Mishawaka cheer on the Cavemen. They're committed to giving customers personal and quality automotive repair. Visit Chonacki Automotive Repair on Lincoln Way for all your automotive needs.
2nd and 4. And this time Landon Snyder keeps it himself, and it appears that he's got the first down as he gets into Penn territory at the 46. The first down sponsored by Mishawaka Schools. Let's meet that Penn defense now. That is sponsored by our friends at Edward Jones advisor Ryan Watson. And Quinn Watson, one of 2 very good defensive ends on this Penn squad, along with Christian Bonner. Vinny Freeman, the All-Stater, along with Kenny Welsh, man the linebacker slots. And then in the secondary, Colton Hernandez had 2 interceptions last week in the win over Valparaiso. 1st and 10 for Mishawaka. And it's O'Neill up the middle, and he uses some good form to get forward for about 2 yards on that one.
As you mentioned, that Penn defense sponsored by Edward Jones advisor Ryan Watson. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than about retirement. But if you think your retirement deserves more attention, Edward Jones can help. Stop by Edward Jones financial advisor Ryan Watson's office at 10775 McKinley Highway in Osceola. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Penn rotating a lot of people in and out of the game. Caleb Spinski comes back in at corner. In what could be a throwing situation on 2nd and 8, although those are few and far between for the Cavemen. Snyder keeps it himself and gets plowed backwards hard as Wrigley Hall came in, the senior linebacker who's a three-sport athlete, and he knocks Snyder backwards at the 40-yard line. They'll give him forward progress, and that sets up a 3rd and 4 for Mishawaka, so a pickup of 4 on the play.
Mishawaka just chunking these plays out, taking up time off the clock.
And 3rd and 4 is right in their wheelhouse because they're definitely in 4-down territory here. Keith Kinder hates to punt. Snyder gives it to O'Neal. He smashes off the right side, but some good strength by the Kingsmen keep him from getting the first down. Not only was Wrigley Hall there, but so was the sophomore linebacker Noah Wallace, who they are very high on. He played some key minutes as a freshman in the playoffs last year. See it again on the Zolman Tire replay.
Yeah, great job of really closing that gap and really grabbing O'Neal, stopping him short of that first down. Here's where we talk about staying disciplined on defense for Penn. You can guarantee they're going to go up, they're going to try to get him off sides, and then they're going to reset, and then they're going to fake that and go to the option play. Keep it in Landon Snyder's hand.
Down to 2 on the play clock. And Keith Kinder will take a timeout. And the timeout is sponsored by Events by Pro Show. 7:58 to go, first quarter. No score between Penn and Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest
4th and 2 for Mishawaka. Caden O'Neal, did he get enough? Yes, he did. He gets the first down as he puts it past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 3 for the fullback O'Neal, who had 1,387 yards and 16 touchdowns last year.
Here you see it on the Zolman Tire instant replay. Just a great job by the offensive line, getting that surge off the line, pushing that D-line forward so O'Neal was able to pick up that first down. It was just one of those really quick hitters, and the offensive line is very important to get off the line of scrimmage in those situations.
A couple of massive guards down there for Mishawaka and DeWilkins and Brown. Now they pitch it wide to Carson Francis. That got him some yardage the first time, but Vinny Freeman, who loves to make hits when our cameras show up, makes another one right there.
Upended O'Neal on the pitch. Just a great job. You can see it was Francis. Just a great job of really taking the legs out and finishing that tackle.
Very much a wrestling tackle from the young man that will be a wrestler at Cornell. In fact, Freeman was 37-3 last year on the mats and finished 3rd on the state. Still, Francis picks up 4 yards on the play, which is just fine with the Cavemen, who have already whittled more than 5 minutes off the clock here on this opening drive. 6:50 to go, first quarter, no score. And a penalty on Mishawaka. That was the problem for the Cavemen last week, and it rears its head.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
2nd and 6, that's right in the Mishawaka wheelhouse. 2nd and 11. They don't like to be chasing the chains too much, so let's see how Kyle Shaw changes the call here. They have both Colton Hanley and Will Mason split to the left of Landon Snyder. But instead, Snyder runs to the right and is able to escape the tackler and dive forward. That's a very nice run by the Caveman quarterback as he gets to the 26-yard line for a pickup of 9.
At halftime, we'll chat with our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher, Health Markets to connect.
As Bo mentioned, there have been a bevy of Snyders through the Mishawaka football program. Patton, Donovan, and Jackson all preceding Landon, who was preceded by a nice block there and able to pick up the first down, sponsored by Mishawaka Schools, as he gets to the 23-yard line.
Well, maybe they'll recognize the sign.
Fourth first down of the drive for the Cavemen. And Snyder showing some excellent footwork here in this opening drive at quarterback.
Yeah, again, 6 minutes, already halfway through the first quarter. Mishawaka just draining that clock, and really what this does to a defense early in the game, draining them as well.
But they haven't even gotten into the red zone yet, and they have to be able to cash these drives in for points. That's Caden O'Neill, and he'll do just that. Touchdown, Mishawaka.
He says, red zone? What red zone? I'm going to score from outside the red zone. Great job of cutting, getting up the field. Once he got past the linebackers, here you can see on the Zolman Tire replay, great job up front, got by the linebackers, and nobody touched him.
Boy, Dominic Brown was a road grader that time. 6'5", 300-pound senior and the returning starter, just moving people out of the way. So O'Neill picks up his second touchdown of the year. It's sponsored by Chonacki Automotive Repair. And now Blake Vandenberg is on to try the extra point. He was 5 of 5 on PATs last week in the win over Marion. The snap a little high, the kick is on its way, and it is good. 5:42 to go in the first quarter, and a march that would make General Sherman drool with envy as the Cavemen take it 70 yards and punch it in. It's 7-0 Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Blake Vandenberg has it on the tee for the Cavemen, ready to kick it off. 5:42 to go here in the first quarter. Vinny Freeman from the 15. Freeman trying to weave his way through the field. A flag comes in, and Camden Putz does too.
Just a great job of covering there for the Cavemen coming up. Looked like that was actually Brayson Hurley on the return.
You're right. It was 1, not 7. So it's Buddy Hurley that brings it up the field, but we're still waiting to see what the flag was about. It's a hold called on Penn.
Yeah, just like that. Then I'll move them back 10 yards from the spot.
And that'll put them back to the 20-yard line.
Reminder, our first quarter is brought to you by Hardware Plus. They root on the Kingsmen and have been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century.
11-play, 70-yard drive for the Cavemen, capped by the Caden O'Neill 23-yard touchdown run. He was 5 for 36 on the drive. And now Landon Hall and the Penn Kingsmen take the field for the first time tonight on offense. Hall with Blake Ewald to his left. Buddy Hurley in motion. And the throw goes to Hurley out in the flat, but he had to go to his shoe tops to get it. And then right around the shoe tops was Drew Ginter to bring him down. A loss of 2 on the play. Let's go ahead and meet the Penn offense. It's sponsored by Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck. We told you about Hall. Ewald is his running back. The receiving core very good with Mitchell, Bernanke, and Hurley. Then along that offensive line, you've got the returning starters of Pat Connery and A.J. Needham. Traveling Tom's Coffee Truck supports high school athletics. If you want hot coffee, iced or frozen, or energy drinks, Tom has you covered. Book your event at travelingtomscoffee.com. It's Ewald on the run, and he is gang tackled, led by Putz and the rest of the Mishawaka defense up at the 20-yard line. A pickup of 3 for the Penn running back. We get a chance to meet the Mishawaka defense. It's sponsored by First Midwest Mortgage. That's the Penn defense. We'll meet the Mishawaka defense a little bit later. In fact, well, that's the Penn offense. As I said, we'll meet the Mishawaka defense a little bit later. 3rd and 8 from the 20. And Hall looking to throw out in the flat, and boy, did Mishawaka read that beautifully. The catch made by Bernanke, but Colton Hanley came up and buried him at the 24-yard line. It's only a 4-yard pickup, and the Kingsmen are going to have to punt. There is a flag on the play, though.
I was wondering why the downs marker was going to keep it on 3rd down, because there was a flag on the far side.
It's going to be against Penn, and Mishawaka will decline the penalty because the Kingsmen would be looking at a 4th and 4 here, and so the punt unit will come out here. Let's quickly meet that Mishawaka defense. Tristan Garcia, Isaiah Hummer, and Matthew Willie getting the start tonight. You saw Putz do a lot of damage in that series, as did Colton Hanley, and they're real high on Amir Dean, the sophomore safety. The punt for Penn, sponsored by Stipp Law. Kingsman getting ready to punt to Mishawaka. Caveman with 2 men back at their 41-yard line. High snap over the head of Stipp. He's going to have to get out in the end zone, and Penn trying to run it out. Couldn't. It's a safety for Mishawaka, and they're up 9-0. A bad snap for the Kingsmen, went over the head of kicker Harrison Stipp, and Mishawaka makes the safety, sponsored by Chonaki Automotive Repair. You see it again on this Holman Tire replay.
It all started on the kickoff when Mishawaka kicked off, the holding call on the kickoff return. Second play, they had a penalty. Our third play, they had a penalty. And then a bad snap over the punter's hand. 3 mistakes already just in the first drive for the Penn Kingsmen.
3:54 to go in the first quarter. And in case you're unfamiliar, after a safety, it's a free kick that Penn will boot to Mishawaka from Penn's own 20-yard line. Camden Putz gets credit for the safety on that one as he made the tackle.
Speaking of Putz, Camden Putz, his dad, Kevin, if you're interested in market to purchase a new home or refinance an existing one, call Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage at 287-1152 and get a free no-obligation rate quote and let him put his 25 years plus of mortgage experience to work for you. Kevin Putz, proud sponsor of Mishawaka Athletics.
Well, there are notables at the game tonight. Marcus Freeman said he would hope he could come out and see his son Vinny, and he's spending a little time with a couple of the other boys before he gets on the plane to Miami tomorrow. He is one proud papa and very happy about Vinny's decision to go to Cornell.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things you don't always have to follow in your father's footsteps and go to places that there are. Just a great job. I mean, going to Cornell, I mean, not just as an athletic scholarship, but you got to go there. You have to have the grades to get in there, and just a great job. I'm sure he's very proud of Vinny.
Harris Stipp checking with the special teams coach along the sidelines as to how they want to play this. And he will boot it from the 20-yard line. And Landon Snyder joins Amir Dean as one of the deep men for the Mishawaka Cavemen. Now, on a free kick, you can do it any way you want. You could punt it. You could do it off the kicking tee. You could drop kick it if you wanted to.
You can do a Doug Flutie.
Stipp will go with the more traditional kickoff route here. 3:54 to go in the first quarter already. 9-0 Mishawaka. High spinner that Amir Dean takes it as 26. Dean cuts inside, and good coverage by the Kingsmen that time. Bring him down at the 38-yard line as Jonathan Searfoss makes the tackle on special teams.
Zolman Tire, complete auto service centers, now with 9 locations to serve you better. Voted favorite auto repair for 20 years in a row. Price match guarantee on any local tire deal from any tire dealership. Our family serves yours for 3 generations. That's Zolman Tire.
Quick check of the McInnes Realty around the area scoreboard. St. Joseph leads Niles 6-0 in the first, north of the border. One of the few Friday night games going on in Michigan. Most of the teams played on Thursday up there. We'll have a full scoreboard for you coming up at halftime. From the 38, Landon Snyder keeps it himself, and he's off to the races. Snyder, who had a big game against the Kingsmen last year, has a 62-yard touchdown, and it's 15-0 Mishawaka.
A Chonaki Automotive Repair touchdown for the Cavemen, and just like that, 15-0 Cavemen on top. Wow.
Everything clicking right now for Mishawaka as Snyder goes 62 yards for the score. And Blake Vandenberg is on to try the extra point. Mishawaka already with 135 yards rushing, and there's 3:38 left in the first.
Well, and Penn can get right back in this really quick with the type of offense that they have.
Vandenberg's kick splits the uprights. 3:38 to go in the first. 16-0 Mishawaka on Sports Michiana.
Still wrestling with wire spools? Tap out. Babsco's got this. Meet the Spool Pro. Wire spooling made simple. It handles large reels with ease. Built for durability and convenience because your time matters. Save time and reduce waste with precision. Customizable settings for any job, big or small. Don't wait for innovation. It's already here. Built smarter and stronger with you in mind. Call Babsco to get yours today.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by the St. Joe County Police Department. Grayson Hurley on the return for Penn brings it back to the 27-yard line. So the Kingsmen in a 16-0 hole here in the first 8.5 minutes of the game. We'll see if they can generate some offense.
Dean's Barbecue is your home for the best barbecue in Granger. They are more than just barbecue. They are a full-service, chef-driven restaurant where everything is made from scratch. Good food with good friends and a great atmosphere. Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant at 23 and Bittersweet in Granger.
Landon Hall completed a pair of passes in his first series, but only picked up 2 passing yards, and so we'll see what happens here as he'll hand it off to the running back for a pickup of 3 on the play. That's Jadon Parker, the transfer from Mishawaka. Parker with his first carry of the season. Parker played safety for the Cavemen in this game a couple of years ago, and now on the other side playing running back as Penn looks at a 2nd and 7. Hall on play action, threw it behind his receiver, but Buddy Hurley makes the catch and powers his way to the 42, and they'll get a few more yards than that because of a face mask penalty. First down for Penn.
Yeah, a little hand up in the face mask. Going to add a little yardage to that first down. ASA Electronics has been providing engineered solutions to the construction, agricultural, RV, marine, and power sports industries for almost 50 years. Go Cavemen from ASA Electronics.
Hall starts 3 for 3 for 14 yards. That's another 5-yard penalty against the Cavemen. The face mask ruled as inadvertent. And so with 2:45 to go in the first quarter, Kingsmen have it at their own 46. Play action, throw out in the flat. but we have a flag in behind the play, and I think this one's coming back for a holding penalty.
Yeah, it looks like either a holding or a chop block. Ineligible downfield. That was a little strange on such a quick pass how somebody could be downfield that quick, because they do have a buffer zone.
Unless a lineman got confused and took off thinking it was a run play. But it's a 5-yard penalty against the Penn. Negates a very fine gain for the Kingsmen. Their second penalty of the night, and it'll set up 1st and 15.
At Mishawaka Schools, you're more than just a number, you're family. They believe a great education opens doors in academics, athletics, and in the arts. Be a part of Mishawaka's proud tradition and bright future. Learn more at pickmishawakaschools.com.
Colton Hernandez in the game at tailback. Hall throws over the middle. Hurley's got it. Down to the Mishawaka 37 and a first down. A pickup of 22 on the play, and Hurley and Hall have a connection back to their childhood. They were flag football teammates on a team called the Modern Day Knights. So Hurley, when he found out his buddy Hall was coming to Penn from Lakeshore, transferred from St. Joe to Penn.
Those are the big plays, and those deep slants are the routes that you're looking for Hall and Hurley and Hall and Bernacki to connect with.
And Hall is getting warm. He throws out in the flat, but behind the intended receiver. And perhaps a miscommunication on the route that time leads to the first incompletion of the night for the Lakeshore transfer, Landon Hall.
A big thank you to Tire Rack. They're our scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tires. Shipped fast and free and backed by free roadside hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Minute 40 to go in the first quarter. There are two things that are happening now with the Penn offense that can alter this game. Number one, because they throw the ball so well, they can get back in a game in a hurry. And secondly, because they throw the ball so much, they don't take much time off the clock when they do it. It's Hall and Hurley again up to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 19 on the play. Already 4 catches, 51 yards for Buddy Hurley.
That's just a play that's going to be open all night. And if you got a quarterback that can stick it right in that slot, right when he makes that break, I mean, those are 12, 15-yard pickups every single time.
Well, he is an accurate passer. He is known as having a strong arm and with very good footwork, and this is the first time we've seen Landon Hall play. But I followed him last year up at Lakeshore, and he put up some amazing numbers for Danny Thompson's squad. And he's looking to throw again. And Hurley can't come up with this one. It was well covered on the inside by Colton Handley.
Well, if you look at that pass route, he threw on the back shoulder, and it's one of those routes where it's designed to do that. You might think, well, it's underthrown. No, it's one of those you can see he's aiming for that outside back shoulder, and Hurley just didn't get turned around in time to bring that in.
Anticipating that Handley is going to come where he did.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the Mishawaka 18. This time they go on the ground with Hernandez, but another flag, and it's probably against the Kingsmen.
Yeah, it looked like they either a false start or legal motion.
It is an illegal shift against Penn and their third penalty of the night.
Hey, you want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. And they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
A.J. Needham, the center, lost his helmet on that play. So Penn has to shift around its offensive line right here. And it looks like Wyatt Berger is going to do the snapping. And Silas Rowe has come into the game after Needham lost his helmet. And it's a low snap, and Hernandez is able to shift through people and spin and keep his feet down to the 4. A 19-yard run for Colton Hernandez.
Hernandez just not giving up. Here you can see the Zolmentire replay. Great job spinning, keeping his hand down there to keep his balance, just not giving in and giving up and wanting and fighting to get to that end zone.
By the way, Needham comes back into the game at center. We're down to 20 seconds. There is a sliver of difference between the play clock and the game clock. So Penn has to run something here, and Yodi Limberopoulos comes in to run the red zone package. Limberopoulos at quarterback. Going to try to run forward and gets wrapped up by Mishawaka at the 5, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter here at Everwise Freed Field. A first quarter dominated by the Mishawaka Cavemen. But Penn is knocking on the door, trying to make a game of the Backyard Brawl after Mishawaka ran the pay dirt twice in the first quarter and leads at 16-0 on Sports Michiana.
That's all I'm worried about. Basketball's easy.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb.
Take your time. I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to us by McKinnis Realty. It's realty with a purpose. We haven't gone downstairs for a Patrick sideline report yet. Now's a good time to do that. Angelo to Carlo, your thoughts on that first quarter?
I almost forgot to get on the air because I've been enjoying the atmosphere so much. It's been electric. You know, the Mishawaka side has been great. Penn side's been quiet. This drive obviously has allowed that to happen. Obviously a huge possession here for the Kingsmen. They got to get points to get back into this contest. But it's been very interesting to see the way Mishawaka was able to dominate in the first quarter. I already lost my breath. Back up to you guys.
Tell you what, coming off the field right behind Ange was the girls flag football coaching staff. The Penn girls flag football team won its first game ever last night. They beat St. Joe over at Father Blythe Field 26-12. If you don't follow us on Sports Michiana, then you didn't see the highlights.
Just a great atmosphere that this flag football is really getting gathering. The camaraderie, the interest level that from all the high schools wanting to get involved in that as well, and just a great thing to happen in local sports.
Second quarter brought to us by the St. Joe County Police Department. Second and goal from the 5 for Penn. They'll hand it off. Colton Hernandez, touchdown. Still waiting for a signal. And they say he is short of the goal line, apparently. He is short of the goal line. It'll be third and goal for the Kingsmen. We'll get another look here from Zolman Tire.
Yeah, down the score. Looked like his elbow might have come down right before he reached over the line. That's a tough one to call in that situation, but it was wide open on the far side for the line judge.
Hall from the shotgun gives it to Hernandez. Touchdown, Kingsmen. It's sponsored by Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant, and Penn gets on the board to make it 16-6.
Well, just like that, Penn on the scoreboard. They'll probably look to go for 2 here since it's 16-6. Get that within another touchdown and a 2-point conversion. I don't know, they brought the kicker out, though.
Yeah, they did bring Harris Stipp out for the extra point. Kick sponsored by Stipp Law for Hernandez, his second touchdown of the season. He had a 72-yard jaunt last week against Valparaiso. So Stipp out of the hold of Yodi Limberopoulos. The snapper gets it back, and Stipp's kick is on its way, and it is good. 11:23 to go in the first half. Penn fires a salvo now at Mishawaka, trailing 16-7 on Sports Michiana. And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tony Letcher and Health Markets. The right coverage at the right price as we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt with you high above the fray here. And partner, a great atmosphere for football. The smell, if we had smell-o-vision, they'd be smelling charcoal from the tailgaters.
Oh, yeah, what a great atmosphere. We walk in a couple hours before kickoff, and they're already going here at Penn with the tailgate and the cookout and the burgers going. I had to, of course, walk right through that area, to get that smell. But, no, great atmosphere, great game, and we knew it was going to be a really good game here. And Penn, being down 16-0, they're like, hey, no problem. go ahead and kick the extra point because we know we're going to score more than 3 times in this game.
And the kickoff sponsored by Stipp Law. Amir Dean and Braylon Houston are back deep for Mishawaka. Amir Dean charges and makes the grab at his 7. Dean shifting his way through people, but he's finally taken down by Jonathan Searfoss at the 21-yard line.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support.
The last time Landon Snyder touched the football, he went 62 yards with it. He has 5 carries for 82 tonight. Both Snyder and his running mate Caden O'Neill with touchdowns in the first quarter. 11:16 to go in the first half. It's Caden O'Neill off the left side, and he gets tripped up finally by Kenny Welsh comes in and makes the stop that time. Welsh, one of the returning starters in the linebacking corps, gets the tackle after a pickup of 4.
Events by ProShow has been a proud supporter of PHM for decades, specializing in audio-visual lighting and DJ services. Their team is dedicated to your event's success. Learn more at eventsbyproshow.com.
2nd and 6. Mishawaka puts Carson Francis on a wing this time, and Snyder moves him back. Play clock down to 5. O'Neill takes the handoff, and right behind the big guard Dominic Brown takes it past the 30 to the 31, and Mishawaka looking at a 3rd and long 1.
Mayor David Wood and the City of Mishawaka congratulate all the athletes competing tonight and thanks them for representing their communities in such a positive and uplifting way. And we thank Mayor Wood and the City of Mishawaka for sponsoring tonight's game.
3rd down and 1 for the Cavemen. Snyder keeps it himself. Welsh with the tackle, but not before. Landon Snyder gets a first down sponsored by the Mishawaka Schools.
Just exactly what Mishawaka needed on this drive. They needed to pick up 1-2 first downs minimum to keep their defense off the field. Great job of picking up that first down.
Well, and ultimately, you'd like to answer a score with a score if you could.
And for Mishawaka, they'd love to take about 9 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock.
And here's O'Neill trying to get around the corner and nothing doing. Quinn Watson, who was our player of the game in the game last year against Riley, right there at the line of scrimmage to bring him down.
Big shout out to Barnaby's Pizza in Twin Branch for feeding our crew tonight. Barnaby's of Mishawaka has 3 great locations, one in Twin Branch, Granger, and on Grape Road. Be sure to check out everyone's new favorite appetizer, the Big Barnaby's Pretzel. That thing was in a pizza box. It was so big.
It was, and it was tasty. I didn't have the whole thing, but the segment I had was delicious. 2nd and 10. They fake it to O'Neill, but when Landon Snyder tried to make the cut, Kenny Welsh was right there waiting for him, and it looks like Penn may have made some adjustments defensively.
I just noticed that play as well in particular. They're sending everybody on the run right now. This is a great situation if Mishawaka's reading it well, line up in their run formation and hit that tight end up the middle.
The only problem now is it's 3rd and 10, so maybe you'll do look for the pass right here. Snyder has not thrown a pass yet tonight. He's not going to here. He pitches out to Will Mason, trying to round the corner, but a flag comes in late, and we'll see what the flag is all about.
Wow. I think they're going to call a block in the back on the Caveman, but I'm not sure if the defender didn't turn. They're going to call a holding call.
Holding called against Mishawaka. It'll be a spot infraction from the 40. And it'll push the Cavemen back to their own 30 where they'll be looking at 3rd and 12.
You're going to talk in here?
R. Yoder Construction, proud contractor of the new Penn Fieldhouse, celebrates the spirit of competition on the field today. For your next winning project, trust R. Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
So a 3rd and 12 here for Mishawaka after what looked like a successful pitch to Mason. Snyder now hands it off to O'Neal up the middle, and he is stuffed. Pickup of one on the play. Christian Bonner, the all-NIC defensive end, was waiting for him. And Mishawaka will have to do something Keith Kinder doesn't like, and that's punt.
Well, that's the biggest thing. I mean, he's going to have to punt here. And the good thing with Penn is they get the stop, they get a score, and they get the ball back to start the second half as well.
Blake Vandenberg is the punter for the Kingsmen. Averages 34 yards a kick. Mason Bernacki. Oh, the punt snap goes over Vandenberg's head, but he's able to turn and get it out of there. It's a line drive kick, and Bernacki will take it back at his 38. Bernacki run out of bounds at midfield, so Penn will get great field position out of this, but it could have been much worse.
It was about a 40-yard it could have been 40 yards worse for them. Wow.
All right, here we go.
Let's go downstairs to Angelo to Carlo with a Patrick sideline report.
All right, thank you very much, Chuck. Here with former Penn great Braxton Cave and the Cave family. Who we got with us here, Brax?
We got my daughter, Aviana. Copeland is right here, and Asa is back here. 8, 6, and 3.
What's it like being back here watching your Kingsmen play in this Backyard Brawl? I know, obviously, so far the score is a little nerve-wracking, but your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, first things, it looks a lot different. I can tell you that. Yeah, nerve-wracking, but it's very early. Feeling the game out. We'll see where things go. There's a lot of game left.
What was it like playing in this game?
It was everything. It was the biggest game of the year, obviously, leading into once you get into playoffs and rolling like that. But this game means everything to a lot of guys.
Why is it so special?
I just think it's a small community and everybody knows everyone. And so when you get a chance to compete, there's some bragging rights in that for the hometown team.
Obviously, Notre Dame opening the season. What are your thoughts on your Irish as well?
I got a lot of faith in them. I love Coach Free and everything that he's done with the program. Defense is going to be spectacular, and then I think a lot comes down to quarterback play.
All right, well, let's send it back upstairs to Chuck and Bo, so maybe you get a Kingsman touchdown here, all right?
Yeah, we need it.
All right, thanks, Braxton.
Well, they're on the march, my man, because Hall and Hurley connect again, the 5th time tonight for that combination. And Buddy Hurley gets a first down for the Kingsmen as he goes out of bounds at the 29-yard line after a pickup of 17.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for all oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Hall working from the gun. Blake Ewald is his running back. Play clock down to 6. Hall looks to throw again to the right. Ewald is out there, has lots of room, and appears to have the first down up to the 18-yard line, a pickup of 11. First catch of the season for Blake Ewald comes with 6:27 to go in the first half, and after Mishawaka's big 16-0 start, the Kingsman momentum is building.
Chonacki Automotive in Mishawaka offers full automotive repair and service. 96% of their nearly 900 reviews on SureCritic give them a perfect 5-star rating. Chonacki Automotive Repair is located across the street from Mishawaka High School on Lincoln Way.
From the 18, it's Colton Hernandez dancing his way through the hole and picking up 6. 4 carries and 30 yards for the diminutive Hernandez, who's also an outstanding rugby player. You get another look on the Zolman's Best One replay.
The Kingsmen just marching the ball the last drive and into this drive as well, picking up big chunks of yards in the passing offense.
5:40 to go first half. Movement along the line of scrimmage and a penalty on Mishawaka. That will be their 4th of the night.
And that's going to give a first down to the Kingsmen. The Penn Boosters always cheer for the Kingsmen. Last year, the Boosters awarded over $88,000 to various academic clubs and teams. Support the Penn Boosters by following them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
So Penn looking at a 1st and goal now from the 8-yard line. It is the handoff to Hernandez, and he is finally brought down at the 4-yard line. It looked like Samarian Fowler, the one they nicknamed Tank, came in and made the hit that time. So Hernandez will check out. And Chase Buckwheat will come into the lineup for the Kingsmen.
Hernandez did a great job down at the goal line last time. The last couple of plays, give him a little bit of a rest and bring in Buckwheat.
2nd and goal from the 4. Hall looking to the end zone. It's batted away by Amir Dean.
Great play by Dean. Just a great job of looking back, getting up, keeping his feet, knocking that ball away.
He was looking for Buddy Hurley, and Dean had him step for step. They are so high on Dean over on that Caveman coaching staff.
Yeah, just a great job of really understanding the situation on that play.
He is a young man that is so focused. His motor is always going at practice, and coaches would always rather have somebody to rev down than have to rev up. So 3rd and goal from the 4. Hall looks left, slings it, touchdown, Kingsman. He got it out there to Chase Buckwheat, and Buckwheat has the touchdown, sponsored by Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant.
Great job by Chase coming out of the backfield. The wide receivers ran the corner and the safety off. The linebacker had to cover and didn't get there in time to pick up Buckwheat for the touchdown.
Harris Stipp is on to try the extra point, sponsored by Stipp Law. Yodi Limberopoulos, the holder.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institute of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Low snap, and the kick misses to the right. That could wind up being big in this game. 5:07 to go in the first half, and we've got a dandy in the Backyard Brawl. Mishawaka leads at 16-13 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hundt, Angelo, Carlo back with you at Freed Field. A 16-13 Mishawaka lead, but Penn has scored 13 straight to get back in it. The kickoff sponsored by Stipp Law. And it is Harris Stipp to kick it. Amir Dean and Braylon Houston await it. This one sails up, and Dean on the run, drops it, and falls on it. No, it's still loose, and I think it got out of bounds. We'll see. We're waiting for the officials to discuss it along the sideline. And, of course, everybody on that Penn sideline says it's Penn ball.
I think they're going to discuss it. Yeah.
It was out of bounds when it was recovered.
That's a great job. Under all that pressure, the officials did the right job, right call. You can see the ball kick. No recovery. Yes, he did recover it, but it was out of bounds. It was no clear possession until out of bounds.
Boy, Chris Skibby with some outstanding camera work that time.
Hey, Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
So P. Reardon told me this week this would be a game of adjustments, and we saw Penn make an adjustment last time on defense. So how does Mishawaka counter? Well, they didn't counter well that time because Landon Snyder got his lunch handed to him by Noah Wallace.
I think they're going to call maybe a personal foul on that too.
The hit was made at the line of scrimmage. Was it maybe helmet to helmet? We'll have to see.
Face mask.
Face mask penalty against Penn.
Big stop that turns into a hearing. Might be able to see it on the Zolman Tire replay.
Well, he had his hand on the face mask as he's plowing him down.
Right at the end. He almost pulls his helmet off at the end.
They're lucky it was only a 5-yarder. First down sponsored by Mishawaka Schools. 1st and 10 from the 28. Actually, 1st and 5 from the 28, excuse me. They give it to Francis on a counter play. And Colton Francis is able to get forward for about 4 yards. It'll set up a 2nd and 1.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, serving a variety of industries, including solar, appliances, conveyor systems, chassis, and structural components to decorative trim. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com. We form value.
Well, they do give the first down, so it's 1st and 10 from the 32 for Mishawaka. First down sponsored by Mishawaka Schools. And Snyder kept it himself and gets Bulldog down from behind after a pickup of 2. Penn really starting to swarm on defense as Christian Bonner makes the hit.
They really are. I mean, they're getting in some of these defensive sets where they have nobody deep and in the middle of the field. Middle of the field is being wide open on a lot of these early 1st and 2nd down plays. Then they drop Vinny back as well. And so you'll see certain situations where there's nobody in the middle.
Snyder on his first 5 carries had 82 yards. On his last 4, he's had 3. And he tries to carry it here, and Vinny Freeman finishes him off. Pickup of 2 on the play.
Hey, you looking to buy or sell a home? McInnes Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran-owned, they proudly serve our community heroes through the Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McInnesRealty.com.
3rd and 6 from the 36. Jonathan Searfoss checks in, taking the place of Wrigley Hull. Mishawaka yet to throw tonight. Snyder, quarterback draw, didn't fool anybody. 1-yard run, and the Kingsmen have moved their chess pieces into position, and they take a timeout with 2:53 to go in the first half. We'll take it as well. Here on Sports Michiana, the timeout sponsored by Events by Pro Show.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. They're family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
Blake Vandenberg will be kicking with the wind picking up and at his back here. 2:58 to go here in the first half. They had a little problem with the clock on the scoreboard. For a while, it read 25.8 seconds. But it's 2:58 to go first half. Penn with 2 timeouts left. And Vandenberg sails one high into the air that's caught back at the 20-yard line. And Penn able to get it back to the 26 as Colton Hernandez shows more shiftiness. So first down for the Kingsmen. They've got a quarterback in Hall that can get it up the field in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, they decent field position, but it really doesn't matter with the offense with the potential that they have on offense. And when they opened up this playbook and with Hall behind the helm and throwing to guys like Hurley on the outside and Bernacki, and you got Hernandez out of the backfield and Buckwheat, just a lot of weapons that he can hit.
They have had a heavy rotation at tailback tonight. Now Jadon Parker, the Mishawaka transfer, in there to the left of Landon Hall. Parker in motion. He gets the pass. It was a little bit behind him, but he's able to spin forward and get to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
What I really like about that play is the blocking downfield from the wide receivers on the outside. Here you can see on the Zolman Tire replay. Great job by Parker catching the ball, getting upfield, but look at those blocks that those receivers are making downfield.
Hall is now 8 out of 11 for 94 yards, and he has spread it around to 5 different receivers. He's going to roll to his right here, looks, fires a bullet, and it's a first down to Buddy Hurley, who finally gets knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
I think he caught that ball. He thought he stepped out of bounds and realized he was still in bounds on that play. Got it upfield for a few more yards.
Hurley with 6 catches for 77 yards tonight. They'll spot it at the 39-yard line. So that'll rob Hurley of a little bit of the yardage we just gave him. Hall with time. Fires in the flat. It's almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Drew Ginter almost had himself set up for a pick 6.
Tough pass thrown from the far hash mark all the way across the field in the slant, and it's one of those things as an inside safety, what you're going to call that, usually a free safety. If they're able to break on that quick, a lot of times that's a pick 6.
Ginter just a step slow on that one. 2nd and 10 from the Penn 39. The lights starting to come on at Freed Field. Hernandez met in the backfield and thrown down with authority. Isaiah Hummer came in like something made just down the road in the AM General plant.
Just a great job of getting in the backfield. Here you can see on the Zolman Tire replay, untouched, coming in, and the big thing was he wrapped up.
He wrapped up like a burrito. I mean, he just tossed him around. 3rd and 13. And a flag thrown before the snap. Offside against Mishawaka. They lined up that way. That's a big 5 yards.
Hey, since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field. Patrick Industries.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime with the Ferret Custom Roll Forming Halftime Report, we'll have our Tony Letcher Student Athletes of the Week. We'll have our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights and take you around the area with the McInnes Realty scoreboard. Hall throws in the flat. It's caught out there, but short of the first down as Ken Clemente makes a beautiful open field tackle on Cohen Weisong. Weisong now the 6th Penn receiver to make a catch here in the first half. Clock continues to tick with 1:22 to go in the half, and Penn looking at a 4th and 2. Landon Hall wants to go for it. They picked up 6 on that last play. Hall looking to the sidelines with 15 on the play clock, and I think Penn's going to let it tick down here and then take a timeout. Pete Reardon looking at the play clock with the official just to his left. And now he turns and calls the timeout. It's sponsored by Events by Pro Show, back in 30 on Sports Michiana. This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to us by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. We've seen some people have the Big C Lumber laid to them in this one tonight.
We definitely have. Freeman's come up with some big plays, and Mishawaka on this last drive, a couple as well. Big sticks. Here's a big 4th down for Penn. I mean, they get the ball to start the second half as well, so we'll see what happens on this play.
Interesting that they let so much time tick down, and now they're going for it here with 54.4 seconds left in the half, or at least apparently going for it. Maybe they want to see if they can get Mishawaka to jump. They didn't. Hall, with lots of time, now is going to scramble, and down he goes, and the Cavemen are going to get the ball at the 43 after the sack by Garcia and punts.
Great job by Mishawaka. Penn wanted to hit Bernacki out of the backfield. You can see Hall looking for him the whole time, but a great job by that Caveman defense, picking up Bernacki out of the backfield. The play was shut down, and Hall had nowhere to go, and great field position for the Cavemen.
So here's Mishawaka. They do have a kicker in Blake Vandenberg that has some range, probably about 35 they feel safe with. So you'd have to pick up 25 yards here. Cavemen have not thrown a pass yet tonight. Will Keith Kinder break character here with 48.4 seconds left in the half? Snyder pitches out to Will Mason. He's got room on the outside. Mason cuts it up the field and has a first down sponsored by Mishawaka Schools as he gets to the 32, a pickup of 12.
Monterey Mexican Grill cheers on both teams. And did you know Monterey has an upstairs event space that holds up to 120 people? They even have a free online catering quote builder at MontereyMexican.com. Monterey Mexican Grill on McKinley and Mishawaka.
30 seconds left in the half. Snyder keeps it himself. Weaves through traffic. He's down to the 13. A touchdown saving tackle that time for Penn by Caleb Spinsky. Clock stops as they move the chains, and Mishawaka will use a timeout here with 23.4. We'll keep it here.
Hey, Acorn Inspection, they have your back, whether you're buying, selling, or leasing a commercial or residential property. Josh spots the issues before they cost you big. Protect your investment today by visiting acorninspection.com. You're nuts if you don't pick us.
And for the second straight year, Landon Snyder with a 100-yard rushing game here against Penn in the Backyard Brawl. He has 106 on 12 carries so far tonight. What do you think Keith Kinder's strategy is here with 23.4 left in the first half?
Well, it's one of those things where, you know, they're a run team, but they like to keep it in Landon Snyder's hands for the most part, give him the options, you know, but down towards the goal line, O'Neill's been a great guy for them in that area. He makes one little cut and he's in the end zone. You know, I want to say don't ever look for a pass down here in the end zone, but you never know.
Well, last year, Landon Snyder threw 2 touchdown passes against the Kingsmen. They have not gone to the air yet tonight. Snyder pitches out to Mason again on the left side. He'll be able to get out of bounds after he's knocked out by Spinsky. And Mason was able to get 3 yards on the carry.
Great job of getting out of bounds on that play. Needed to stop the clock.
18.1 seconds left. And Mishawaka looking at a 2nd and 7. He's got a big target over to his left in Colton Handley, the 6'4", 180-pounder from the baseball team. Anderson Cannon is the split to the right. Mason in motion. It's a counter to Francis, and he's bottled up at the 8. And Keith Kinder will likely have to use a timeout here, and he will, with 13.9 seconds left.
That play is one of their bread and butter plays in the past, but Penn is not having it tonight. It's the 3rd time they've ran that play tonight. It's been stopped for only a 1-yard total offense for them in those 3 plays.
Scoreboard says 3rd and 7, but it's really more like a 3rd and 5 here. And yes, it could be 4-down territory, but a field goal puts you up by 6.
Yeah, so you're looking at that. Yes, they can pick up a first down without scoring, but with only 14 seconds left, not much doing on that as well. So really, more than likely, have 2 plays here to get in the end zone.
A player we haven't really mentioned much tonight is Walker Hahn, the tight end. Primarily a blocker. But we have seen nights where Mishawaka is able to slip that tight end past people and into the end zone. Do you think that's something Pete Reardon's warning his defense about right here?
I mean, you have to. You have to play your role, and you have to understand what's going on. And, you know, in this situation, it's not hard to miss the big yellow shoes out there as well.
They've got an unbalanced alignment out there, and Brandon Vrelink, the 6'3", 190-pounder, but he stays in. Throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. They were looking for Colton Handley, and Snyder smartly threw that ball where it was either Handley or nobody that could catch it. So Blake Vandenberg will come off the bench to try a field goal here. It will be a 25-yarder, so not much different than kicking an extra point, although it is over on the left hash, so he's going to have to come across as a right-footed kicker. Drew Ginter is the holder here. with 9.9 seconds left in the half. The snap is good. The kick is on its way, and it is good. And with 6.3 seconds left before halftime, a field goal tacked on, sponsored by Chonaki Automotive Repair, makes it 19-13 Mishawaka.
Yeah, great job of getting points on the board for the Cavemen. Go up by 6, as we said. Penn's going to get the ball back. Start of the second half. Don't think anything's going to happen here in the last 6 seconds unless they return the kick back for a touchdown.
Well, with that in mind, if you're Keith Kinder and he's got a very good kicking coach in Dean McCool, do you think he goes with like a squib kick here?
Well, the thing with the squib kick, squib kicks have a tendency to actually throw your defenders off a little bit as well. And if they happen to kick it out of bounds around the 40-yard line, now it's like, okay, maybe Penn throws a Hail Mary. So just go ahead and kick it deep like you normally would and play your special coverage that you normally would.
Well, we'll see if that's how they decide to play it. As the Kingsmen expect a deep kick. They have put Hernandez and Hurley back deep to take this one. And Blake Vandenberg, who just put 3 on the board for Mishawaka, is on the approach. It's more of a pooch kick. It'll be fair caught by the Kingsmen at the 20-yard line. And so 6.3 seconds left, and we'll see if Pete Reardon just decides to take a knee right here or tries one deep pass. Pretty exciting first half, though, the way Mishawaka started off. And I think even though Penn trails by 6, they've got to feel pretty good going to the locker room.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. We knew it was going to be a great game. The way Mishawaka started, we knew Penn had the ability to put numbers up fast, and it was important for Mishawaka. Even they just got the field goal there for the 3 points. It was a 13-0 run there for Penn, and they needed to get that stop, and they needed to put points on the board.
And it is a knee for Landon Hall, and the first half comes to an end with the Mishawaka Cavemen on top of Penn by a score of 19-13. As we get ready to go downstairs for a Patrick Industries sideline report, Angelo to Carlos with Keith Kinder.
Coach, if you want to stop and look up there, that'd be nice. Up 19-13 at the half. Your thoughts?
We got off to a good start. They started to get the momentum. That 4th down stop was huge. And then to, basically get a steal of 3 points at the end of the first half was really big. So we're playing hard. They've got so many skilled weapons on offense that we're having trouble, just getting them to the ground. But good first half.
Obviously the points are critical, but to get momentum back after the way they controlled that first half, how important is that for the attitude of the kids once you come out of here for the third quarter?
Well, I think their attitude is going to be fine regardless of whether or not we got those 3 points. But the 3 points are huge. Points are huge in a game like this, So I'm trying to be a little bit better with decision making instead of being super aggressive. 3 points mattered there, and as much as it killed me to run the kicker out there, that's what we did.
Keith, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the way. Hey, 3 points did matter there, and it's 19-13 lead. Back up to you guys.
All right, folks, stick around. A lot to talk about on our Ferric Custom Mold Forming halftime report. We'll begin with our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes of the Week. 19-13, Mishawaka leads the Backyard Brawl on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, the right policy at the right price. And it's time now for our Tony Letcher Health Markets Student Athletes of the Week at halftime here of the Backyard Brawl between Mishawaka and Penn. We have a pair of football seniors with us. Carson Bays, a tight end on the Penn football team. Camden Putz, a linebacker for Mishawaka. Camden, also a member of the baseball and basketball teams for the Cavemen, has a 3.6 GPA, has multiple jobs. How do you balance everything?
You got to take pride in it. Balance is key. I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. They talk about balance, and if you don't have balance, you'll struggle in life. Playing 3 sports, it's hard, but you got to practice every day. Schoolwork, you have to do your schoolwork. Talk to your teachers, and job, you just got to be there on time and be respectful to your boss, your managers, your coaches.
Not only do you play multiple sports, you're captain in multiple sports in both baseball and football. What does that honor mean to you, and how do you lead out there?
It's a privilege. I mean, Coach Kinder, his daughter and son, Cameron Kinder and Lucy Kinder, he's told me that they take pride in me, like, leading them and, like, being a role model to them. And I take very much pride in that because they're great kids. It's a great family Coach Kinder's raising, and I'm thankful for it. And I love when people respect me, and I'll respect them.
What does being a Mishawaka Caveman mean to you?
If I have to go back in time, I will say I will never pick a different school than Mishawaka. This is the greatest school in northern Indiana, I think Indiana in general. I love this school. I love this place between coaches, teachers, and students. It's just amazing here.
Camden, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anj.
Carson Bays is a tight end for the Penn football team, a senior. Also a lacrosse player, has a 4.023 GPA. How do you balance everything?
Definitely just making sure I get time and making sure I meet with my teachers early, getting my work done on time. Definitely prioritizing also, school, but also athletics. And yeah.
I mentioned you play lacrosse. You will play lacrosse at Walsh University. That's also where your sister has graduated and got to play lacrosse there. Obviously, I can figure out why maybe that was one of the reasons, but how excited are you to follow in her footsteps?
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm very blessed with my opportunity that I was given. Coach Salter's a great guy. There would be no one else that I would play for but him. I'm really fortunate to get that offer because not a lot of people get to play at the next level. So, yeah.
What does being a Penn Kingsman mean to you?
Oh, Penn Kingsman is everything. There's no other school that I would pick in Indiana. The long black line represents a lot. It's all the players that played before you. And, yeah.
Carson, thank you very much. Congratulations. Carson Bays, Camden Putz, congratulations again, Camden. Our great student athletes of the week presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have your halftime highlights right after this. You're watching the Backyard Brawl on Sports Michiana.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with auto pay. Visit surfinternet.com.
What have you been doing? Looking for a new internet provider. You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life.
Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with auto pay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. 3 great services in one great place. Penn Marching Kingsmen entertaining the crowd here at halftime with Penn trailing Mishawaka by a count of 19-13. As our Ferret Custom Roll Forming halftime report rolls on, and we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt high above the fray. Time to look at our Tom's Car Care Center highlights. But first, your thoughts on the first half.
exactly why we're here. I mean, two talented football teams. No wonder one's ranked third, one's ranked eighth, it's respectively in their divisions. But two talented teams, two talented staff, coaching staffs as well, put together game plans, made adjustments. You know when you have a talented staff, when you make adjustments during the game, not just at halftime. Penn did a great job of making adjustments in that first half.
Which is why this has been a Dickens of a game, a tale of two quarters. First quarter belonged to Mishawaka Cavemen. Let's take a look at the highlights and show you how it got to be this way, because Caden O'Neill got the Cavemen on the board with a 23-yard touchdown run. That made it 7-0. After a safety made it 9-0. Next touch of the ball was Landon Snyder going 62 yards. And with 3:38 to go in the first quarter, it was 16-0 Mishawaka. But here comes Penn. First, Colton Hernandez takes it on in for the score from a yard out. And then they'll go to Chase Buckwheat in the flat for the touchdown pass from Landon Hall. That made it 16-13 with a missed extra point. Penn saw Mishawaka tack on a field goal late in the first half to make it 19-13 at the intermission. Well, it's been a big week for the Penn Kingsmen. Not only did they play their first flag football game, they had a coach hit a milestone. Angelo is standing by now with a Patrick sideline report. Ange, who you got?
Thanks, Chuck. Here with Penn girls soccer coach Jeff Hart, also the athletic director, but last night got his 200th career win. What does that mean to you?
Well, obviously, it's several things. Number one, it means I'm old. I've been doing this a long time. I've had great players, great assistant coaches. To be able to do it as the athletic director also means I have a great staff in my athletic department. The administration here has been wonderful to me, and then just outstanding players and parents that have bought into the process that we've tried to instill in our kids over the years. Positive experience, play hard, always compete, be great teammates, and eventually, you rack up the wins over time.
Yeah, rack up the wins. He's also a two-time state champion, so he's racked up quite a few important wins along the way, too. How have you been able to balance it since you become athletic director as well? Because most people don't expect a 6A athletic director to also be a coach.
Well, it started by the administration letting me continue to coach when they offered me the job as the athletic director. I have an incredibly supportive family at home. My wife and I are empty nesters now, but my kids have always been along for the ride as well. And so I work a lot of hours. But then, I have an amazing athletic staff. Both Bridget Williams and Marie Doan as assistant athletic directors are really the best that I've seen as we've traveled around the state and deal with other athletic departments. They're simply amazing. And so they put in a lot of time and effort. And everybody involved knows it's my passion to coach, and they've let me do it. And I think, truthfully, it's made me a better athletic director because I understand so many things that our coaches deal with behind the scenes in many ways, as you know, because you're in the same business. And so it's just really worked out well.
How often have you yelled at yourself?
Probably more than people would know, because as a coach, we try to self-evaluate all the time as coaches, and then when I see other coaches doing great things I hadn't thought of, or making mistakes that I've made and that we haven't talked to them about and mentored them on, especially young coaches, and so it's fun. It's a funny question, but the truth is, I try to do self-evaluate as much as I can.
Obviously, you hope this score changes a little bit in the second half, but this atmosphere, to have this rivalry back for these last couple of years, what does this mean to both of these communities?
Obviously you see here there's 7,000 people here. I haven't heard from our ticket takers yet what it is, but great atmosphere. The weather helps, obviously. It's a beautiful night for football. Two really good teams, very contrasting styles, a couple miles apart. You know the history here, and so we won 2 years ago when it came back. Last year they, handled us pretty well at their place, and now we've got a great game. I think 6-point game right now at half. We get the ball to start the second half, so I think we're going to see a great second half, and everybody loves the rivalry, and we're enjoying it, and we're excited about it.
Jeff, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the night and this season with the girls soccer team, and thanks for letting us be here.
Well, I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate all you guys do for high school sports.
Jeff Hart, the girls soccer coach and athletic director here at Penn. Chuck and Bo, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Ange. It's time now to go around the area with the McInnes Realty football scoreboard. Let's check what's going on. Good one over in Middlebury right now. Elkhart and Northridge are tied at 7 at the half. Battle of the Falcons. Fairfield leading John Glenn 14-7 at the half. Fairfield has never beaten John Glenn.
Never.
Frontier on top of Winnemac 26-13 at the half. At the half, Goshen leads South Bend Washington 24-7. The Red Hawks have lost 14 straight. Joey Katkulinski looking for his first win.
That'd be a big win for Goshen.
Jimtown making it closer than people thought against Concord. It's 13-6 in the second quarter at Rice Field. North Judson on top of LaVille 14-0 in the second. Northwood leads New Prairie 22-7 in the second. If New Prairie loses, they go to 0-2 for the first time since 2011.
Yeah, that's wow.
Logansport tattooing Adams right now, 34-6 in the second. Halftime from the battle for the Bell Valley leads Rochester 7-0. Warren Central on top of Warsaw 7-0 in the second. At halftime, West Noble leads Wawasee 21-13. Up in Michigan, Niles leads St. Joe 7-6 in the third. They're in the first up at McBain, and McBain leads Edwardsburg 7-0. We'll see the Eddies next week. And Lafayette Jeff with a 15-0 lead on Michigan City in the first. That's the Around the Area football scoreboard brought to us by McInnes Realty. When we come back, we'll have second half play-by-play. This has been the Ferret Custom Roll Forming halftime report on Sports Michiana.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners, so you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection. Sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lillard Insurance Agency. They are real people with real service and real value. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt back with you at Freed Field. Third member of our crew, Angelo Carlo, joins us now with a Patrick sideline report. You had a chance to chat with Pete Reardon at the break. What were the thoughts of the Penn coach?
Yeah, first thing he emphasized was they got to clean up the mistakes in the special teams that really bit them in that first half. I asked him how critical that second quarter was to gaining momentum back in this one. He said no question about it. They were on their heels. They made some defensive stops. They got the offensive moving. That was all very big momentum, but then he circled back to the fact that the special teams was not where they needed it to be in the first half. He really feels they have to win that battle in the second half to be able to win this game. Back up to you guys.
All right, let's give you one more update on that McInnes Realty around the area halftime scoreboard, because we've had some other games trickle in here since we last joined you. We can tell you now that Knox leads Pioneer at the half 6-0. So Adam Berry's Panthers giving Russ Radke and the Redskins a battle tonight. LaVille has closed the gap on North Judson. It's 14-7 Blue Jays in the second. St. Joseph leading Fort Wayne South 14-0 in the second. And up in Michigan, St. Joseph has now taken a 12-7 lead on Niles in the third, which reminds me, as you watch this dazzling light show as the Kingsmen return to the sidelines, next Friday night we go north of the border into Michigan for high school football, as we will be at Dickinson Stadium in St. Joseph to see Andrew Prattley and the Bears take on the Edwardsburg Eddies. And we'll be on the air with the pregame of that one at 6:45. And we do hope you'll join us then on Sports Michiana. Also a reminder, we have 2 radio shows for you to listen to on Sports Michiana. Monday night at 7, we'll recap that Notre Dame-Miami game from Sunday night and send you into the bye week with the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix. That comes your way on Pulse FM. 92.1, 96.9, and 103.1. We also make it available on Spotify and Apple and wherever you get your finer podcasts. And then I hope you started your weekend with the Tire Rack Drive to the Game. It airs Friday nights at 6, also on Pulse FM. And Anj and I talk high school football for about 30 minutes and make picks, and most of them stink.
So get ready to start the third quarter. It's sponsored by R. Yoder Construction. They're a proud contractor of the new Penn Fieldhouse. They celebrate the spirit of competition on the field today. For your next winning project, trust R. Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
Have you been over to see that Fieldhouse,
I
by the way?
have been over there. I'm a little jealous I didn't have anything like that growing up. But, no, what a great place it's going to be for the student athletes here at Penn Harris Madison. One location where they can go and they can get all their practices in. Inclement weather, you can go in there. I mean, it's just a great addition that Penn adds, and the amenities that they put in. And it attracts students. All the schools out there, you see they're doing it. They're putting in turf field. They're putting in field houses for all their sports, and they're adding stuff to all their art programs as well, and really taking that extracurricular stuff the extra mile.
Blake Vandenberg's kick goes out of bounds to start the third quarter. A third quarter brought to us by R. Yoder Construction. And so Penn will have very good field position as we begin quarter number 3.
Chonacki Automotive Repair in Mishawaka, cheer on the cavemen. They are committed to giving customers professional and quality auto repair. Visit Chonacki Automotive Repair on Lincoln Way for all your automotive needs.
Landon Hall and the Penn offense come onto the field. Hall was 8 out of 12 throwing the football in the first half for 106 yards and a touchdown. What were your thoughts?
He can spin it. I mean, if he can get his guys open downfield and he tries to hit them on stride, they've had a couple miscommunications on some of the routes, I believe.
Blake Ewald is his running back, who takes it right up the middle on the first play and gets about 9 yards. And, man, that looked like old school Penn football right there.
Yeah, I think, first week they got it going a little bit with Valpo with their offense. This week they're trying to tune it up just a little bit more. 2 big, tough competition weeks back-to-back for these Kingsmen, but they did a great job of making adjustments. I think that's the biggest thing.
Penn only had 32 yards rushing in the first half, but they're keeping it on the ground here, and they'll pick up the first down as they get up to the 46-yard line. And again, it was Ewald on the carry.
Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than about retirement. But if you think your retirement deserves more attention, Edward Jones can help. Stop by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Ryan Watson's office at 10775 McKinley Highway in Osceola. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Ewald is a fire plug back there, 5'10", 217 pounds, and they're going to go to him again on the ground. That offensive line making some holes, and Ewald picks up 12, and they'll probably get another 15 after that face mask.
It looked like a flag came in there late, and you saw a little bit of grab up by the shoulders. Looked like a horse collar / face mask, and then they're called the personal foul.
And that should be the 15-yard variety right there, as you'll get another look from Zolman Tyer. But that Penn offensive line really moving some people off the ball, and Carson Bays, our Tony Letcher Health Market student athlete, had a great block on that one.
Yeah, he just did a great job of sealing that corner for him. Bays with the lead block there.
So up at the 28-yard line after 3 Ewald carries, and it looks like Penn has decided to get physical with the Cavemen here in the second half. And they'll give it to Ewald again, and after a stop and go, it's mostly go as he gets to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 7. Drew Ginter with a big tackle.
I don't think anybody actually knew where he was. He kind of ran into the back of some guys and just kind of stopped running, and everybody just kind of stopped in their tracks, and then he was able to pick up a big 7 yards on that first down play.
Ewald, one of the captains on this Penn team, also a member of the track squad for the Kingsmen. 2nd and 2 from the 21. They'll go to him again. Why not? It's working. He's got a first down as he gets plowed down at the 17-yard line by Ken Clemente, but not until the Kingsmen move the chains.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
9:55 and counting here in the third quarter. Penn trying to grab the lead for the first time tonight, trailing 19-13. From the 17-yard line, it's Ewald again, off the right side, and this time he's hauled down at about the 13-yard line, a pickup of 4 for the Penn running back, who now has 7 carries for 41 yards tonight.
Really trying to set the stone for the run game here in the second half.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 13-yard line. And this Mishawaka defense getting smacked around by the Penn offensive line here to begin the third quarter. Play action. Nope, they give it to Ewald. He runs over one tackler, but Mishawaka swarming to the football well. Brings him down as Drew Ginter comes in and gets the stop at the 12. Only a pickup of 1 that time.
Interesting to see what they go with here on 3rd and 6.
They bring Colton Hernandez in for Ewald. Hernandez, the quicker of the backs. They're going to call it 3rd and 5 on the scoreboard, so will we. 8:35 to go in the stanza. It's Hernandez up the middle. Hernandez taking a battering and pushed back as he gets inside the 10. It'll be 4th and 2.
Still going to be about 1.5 to 2 yards short. One of those things where 4th down by 6, are you going to put points on the board? You're going to go for it. They've kept the ball on the ground every play this series here to start the third quarter.
Good swarming by Camden Putz and the rest of that Caveman defense that time. So a 4th and 2 from the 9. Plenty of time on the play clock. Penn looking at the bench. I think let's see if Penn winds up changing the play here. Coley Moore
down
signals it in. Hall with a long count. They'll go to Hernandez, but flags are thrown.
They call timeout.
And I believe a timeout was called by Penn. It was. It's sponsored by Events by Pro Show. 7:47 to go in the third. Back in 30 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor. A key 4th and 2 with 7:47 to go in the third quarter. Penn trailing 19-13. They have kept the ball on the ground this whole march, and now Yodi Limberopoulos comes in as the red zone quarterback. Bays in motion, and a timeout called this time by Mishawaka. Keith Kinder, known as a running quarterback at Jimtown, showed some of that speed as he got down the sideline to signal the timeout.
Hey, a big thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Well, Keith Kinder has had some remarkable success in his first 7 years at Mishawaka. In fact, the only person who had a little more success, you could say they're two of a kind or maybe two of a kinder, because in their first 7 seasons at Mishawaka, Bart Curtis had 66 wins and Keith Kinder had 65.
A lot of success in those 2 generations of coaching over at Mishawaka.
And there you see our factoid up on the screen as Matt Lewinsky going over the defense with that Mishawaka unit trying to come up with a big stop here on 4th and 2. In case you joined us late, the Cavemen had it all going their way in the first quarter. They led 16-0 after 1. But Penn scored 13 straight, closed within 3. A Mishawaka field goal at the end of the first half accounts for the score right now. Kingsmen trying to get their first lead of the night, and Limberopoulos, the baseball player who ran the 2-minute package last week at quarterback, in there to take the snap. Ran around, and it's wide open. Buddy Hurley, touchdown Penn. Hurley takes it in from 9 yards out, and the touchdown sponsored by Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant. We are knotted at 19.
What a great call. What do you do against a defense that's all out, coming after you, aggressive? You want run a reverse. Great job, great pitch back, great job by Hurley, great setup. Made it look like they were going up the middle and maybe keeping it on the end around, but just a great job.
Especially the way Bays, the tight end, was dancing there in the middle, got all the eyes there to the middle of the field. And then Hurley took off, and he was out of there faster than greased lightning. Here's Harrison Stipp. And Harris Stipp's extra point, sponsored by Stipp Law Office, is up and good. And for the first time tonight, the Penn Kingsmen have the lead in the Backyard Brawl. 7:41 to go in the third. 20-19 Penn on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. 20-19 Penn with 7:41 to go in the third quarter. And the Kingsmen have come all the way back from a 16-point deficit. Harris Stipp, whose kickoffs are sponsored by Stipp Law, will put it in the air with Amir Dean and Braylon Houston back deep. And Stipp with the spinner that Dean will take at the 5. Dean had a hole up the middle of the field. Instead comes right, bounces off one tackler, and gets thrown down at the 22-yard line in a very nice suplex tackle right there.
That last Penn scoring, sponsored by Dean's Barbecue. They're the home for the best barbecue in Granger. They are more than just barbecue. They're a full-service, chef-driven restaurant where everything is made from scratch. Good food with good friends and a great atmosphere. Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant at 23 and Bittersweet in Granger.
Chance Smith had the stop that time for the Kingsmen. So let's see what Mishawaka does on its opening drive of the third quarter. Landon Snyder raced for 106 yards in the first half. He is the Caveman quarterback. He'll give it to Caden O'Neill, and O'Neill plows forward behind that line for about 3 yards, and that's it. O'Neill with 10 carries for 49 tonight.
We'll see what kind of adjustments Mishawaka makes on offense.
The offensive line for the Cavemen opened up a ton of holes in the first quarter, but they have been tough to come by since then. And we have movement along the line of scrimmage. And it looked as though one of the Penn defensive linemen jumped offside. The officials talking it over to see if the center moved the football, but that did not happen. Fifth penalty on the Kingsmen tonight. And that'll set up Mishawaka with a 2nd and 1.
Mishawaka notorious from changing that snap count and getting guys in motion, trying to get you to jump, trying to get those 5-yard penalties.
Snyder, a very crafty quarterback, hands it off, and O'Neill has the first down. It's sponsored by ASA Electronics.
Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck supports high school athletics. Whether you want hot coffee, iced or frozen, or energy drinks, Tom's has you covered. Book your event at travelintomscoffee.com.
And again, Mishawaka will now come in with that unbalanced offensive line with Braden Vreeland, the big 6'3", 190-pound end. And Snyder kept it himself and lunges forward to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 5 for the crafty Mishawaka quarterback.
Mishawaka trying to sustain a drive here like they did in the first series of the game. Take over 6 minutes off the clock to get that score in their first score.
Speaking of 6 minutes, it's 6 minutes on the clock right now, left in the third quarter. Mason in motion. Snyder looks like he might be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. And Snyder kept it himself, and oh, did he take a lick from Vinny Freeman after a pickup of 2.
Freeman came in the B gap there and stood him up.
Freeman, a 2-time All-NIC selection, had 56 tackles for the Kingsmen a year ago. And he's had a couple of big sticks here tonight. Mishawaka looking at a 3rd and 2. They've got to get to the 45 to move the chains. It's O'Neill bursting up the middle, running over Freeman, and getting into Penn territory at the 47-yard line. A first down sponsored by ASA Electronics.
Great job of O'Neill getting upfield. Here you can see on the Zolman Tire replay. Great surge by that offensive line pushing. Look at that, 15 yards downfield. They're still blocking guys, driving them off the ball. Past O'Neill, past the first down marker.
That was Xander Nelson serving up a pancake for dinner tonight. In Kingsman territory at the 47. It is O'Neill again, hurdling at the line of scrimmage and getting forward to the 43 for a pickup of 4. That's 13 carries on the night for Caden O'Neill for 66 yards. Was talking to Miles McLaughlin from Knox last week. He says he trains with O'Neill and says O'Neill has probably added some speed to his repertoire this year that wasn't there a year ago.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he has that little extra spark in his step.
It helps when you squat 430. You're going to have some explosiveness. And O'Neill, a good student, too, 3.5 GPA. They pitch it to Francis, and Carson Francis trying to get around the left side has a first down, sponsored by ASA Electronics, as he goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line for a pickup of 8.
Hardware Plus roots for the Kingsmen and has been Osceola's favorite local hardware store for nearly a century, featuring a wide selection of products and customer service experts. Hardware Plus, where service begins with the words, "How can I help you?" and a handshake.
226 yards rushing for Mishawaka tonight, 0 passing.
Well, we had one pass attempt, and it was basically a ball thrown away in the end zone.
O'Neal right behind Snyder in the backfield. I mean, right behind. And it's O'Neal taking the handoff, and Penn was waiting for him at the 32, but he still got 3 yards.
Big thing with this Caveman offense, it's such packed in there, and everybody's so close. It's those quick hitters. They're trying to get past that linebacker core as quick as you can. As soon as they get past them, they're usually gone, like their 2 touchdowns they had in the first half.
And I would imagine it really puts an emphasis on the footwork and the handwork of a quarterback like Landon Snyder.
Yeah, you saw last year they had a little bit of trouble with some of the snaps because it's so quick. The snaps got to be quick, the handoffs got to be quick, and he was a little turnover prone early in the season last year.
Snyder calls his own number there, and then the diminutive quarterback, former ball boy at Mishawaka, pushed back after a pickup of 3, and it'll be 3rd and 4 with 2:41 and counting here in the 3rd.
Hey, if you're in the market to purchase a new home or refinance an existing one, call our friend Kevin Putz of First Midwest Mortgage at 287-1152 and get a free, no-obligation rate quote and let him put his 25-plus years of mortgage experience to work for you. Kevin Putz, proudly sponsor of Mishawaka Athletics.
Interesting 3rd and 4 call here at the 29 with 2:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Mishawaka down by 1. It's O'Neal off the left side, did not get the first down as he stopped at about the 26, and it'll be 4th and 1. Well, we saw Penn have success with a 4th and 2 down in the red zone. They went with an end around. Mishawaka will send that balanced line back out there with the big fella of Relink down here at the end. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 1 from the 26.
Well, do you have any question that Kinder's going to go for it here?
And it's a quarterback sneak right behind the center, Coley Rosenberg. And it's a first down sponsored by ASA Electronics. Quick count by Snyder that time, and he was able to get 2.
Pretty much knew Snyder was going to keep the ball in that situation. Just not sure how the play was going to be called, whether it was going to be that center sneaker up the middle or a lot of times right off tackle.
And the white-clad Caveman students across the way celebrate the movement of the chains. Down to 1:18 to go here in the quarter. Each team has only had 1 possession.
A little confusion out there in the Kingsman defense.
It's O'Neal trying to go up the middle, and he gets stacked up at the 21-yard line after a pickup of 3.
Zolman Tire, complete auto service centers, now with the 9 locations to serve you better. Voted favorite auto repair for 20 years in a row. Price match guarantee on any local tire deal from any tire dealer. Our family serves you for 3 generations. Zolman Tire.
O'Neal had 82 yards last week in the win over Marion. He has 75 so far tonight. Down to 41 seconds left, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7. Play clock down to 10. Handoff, no. Snyder kept it himself and got stacked up really quick by the linebackers. Noah Wallace comes in. We've called his name a lot tonight. Young man who squats 345 and has a great motor. Pick up a 2 that time for Snyder.
Mishawaka first downs the second half are brought to you by ASA Electronics. They've been providing engineered solutions to the construction, agricultural, RV, marine, and power sports industries for almost 50 years. Go Cavemen from ASA Electronics.
And the 3rd quarter will come to an end here at Everwise Freed Field in Mishawaka. Since the resumption of the series, Penn has won once, Mishawaka has won once. This is the 3rd brawl to settle it all. Mishawaka and Penn, and the Kingsmen lead at 2019 as we go to the 4th on Sports Michiana.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. Mishawaka begins the fourth quarter with a 3rd and 5. It's a fourth quarter sponsored by Mayor Dave Wood in the city of Mishawaka. Landon Snyder will pitch it to Carson Francis. Blockers in front. First down, sponsored by ASA Electronics, as they'll set up a 1st and goal for the 9 after a pickup of 10. Let's go downstairs to Angelo DiCarlo for a Patrick Sideline report.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chuck. Great atmosphere, as we've talked about all night long. But now, right now, you have almost like that little silent buzz. Both sides very nervous. Both crowds very nervous. Obviously, the Mishawaka fans happy about that first down. But overall, both teams waiting to see what happens next on the field. And the excitement just continues to grow in that regard. As for the play on the field, obviously, there's been a lot of momentum here for Penn since that first quarter, but now Mishawaka driving. This could be a critical drive here, not only take the lead, but regain that momentum for the final 11 minutes of this game.
Caden O'Neill with a 4-yard carry there. It'll set up a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
As you mentioned, this fourth quarter sponsored by Mayor Dave Wood in the city of Mishawaka. They congratulate all athletes competing tonight and thank them for representing their communities in such a positive and uplifting way. Thank you, Mayor Wood in the city of Mishawaka.
Mason in motion. Snyder running that way and Bulldog down. What a stop. Chance Smith came in. Well, no, it was Christian Bonner, 98. And Bonner makes the stop right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Bonner came around. What a big play. Tracking Snyder down, taking him down in the backfield. Just a great play by Bonner. Huge stop there on 2nd down to make it 3rd and 4.
Mishawaka has only had one pass attempt tonight. It was incomplete. Now they'll go with an I formation. Snyder rolls out, throwing for the end zone. It's incomplete, and he's lucky it was.
That was a pass play that was doomed right from the beginning. Great coverage by Penn. Nobody in sight for Mishawaka. Just the defense got up there, got in Snyder's face, and looked like they're sending out Brandenburg as well to kick.
Blake Vandenberg, who hit a 25-yard field goal earlier tonight, will set this one up from 22 and right smack dab in the middle of the hash marks. Drew Ginter is the holder. Play clock is down to 8. The snap is good. The kick is on its way, and it is good. 10:03 to go in this one. And Mishawaka jumps back in front of the Backyard Brawl. 22-20, the field goal sponsored by Chonaki Automotive Repair. Back in 30 on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. So a 22-20 Mishawaka lead with 10:03 to go in this one. And Blake Vandenberg will kick it off. Buddy Hurley is the deep man for Penn. Short spinning kick. Hurley on the dead run, takes it at the 17, drops it, and then gets gang tackled at the 29-yard line, and Penn can take an exhale.
Cavemen are relentless, and so are the educators at Mishawaka schools, committed to the success of every one of their nearly 5,000 students. Hey, you want to know what it takes to be a caveman? Visit pickmishawakaschools.com.
Penn, on its only possession so far of the second half, did not throw a pass. They ran it right through the Cavemen and to the end zone.
They established the run that first drive for sure here in the second half.
Let's see if they stay with that strategy here. They do. They keep it on the ground, and Jaden Parker gets to the 34-yard line for a pickup of 5. His second carry of the night.
Definitely saw something on the adjustments in halftime to go to the run game. Looked like an injured Caveman down.
Alex DeMed is down on the field, and trainers will come out to take a look at him, so we'll take a break with 9:39 to go in this one, and the Cavemen up by 2 on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week brought to you by McKinnis Realty. Realty with a purpose. 2nd and 5 for Penn. Alex DeMed, the injured player, was able to walk off with the help of the trainer. And the handoff to Jadon Parker, who spins away from tacklers and gets a first down to the 40-yard line. Parker has shown that elusiveness a couple of times tonight.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
At what point does Penn say, okay, we're going back to the air?
I think when the run stops working, and it hasn't been.
And it hasn't stopped here either, as Parker is able to run to the left side for another 7.
I mean, they're picking up 4 or 5 yards every time on the run, and they're taking time off the clock as well.
Yeah, they are really making this more like an Army-Navy game right now, as we have a timeout. Not sure if there's an injured player. Yeah, there is a player cramping up right in front of the Penn bench. And it appears to be one of the Mishawaka players. Penn trainer tending to them until the Mishawaka trainer could get there. In the meantime, we'll take another quick 30-second timeout on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle. Well, they're still tending to the injured player down on the field, so let's give you a tour around the area, sponsored by McKinnis Realty, as we check out some area scores. It's a final in the battle for the bell, and it'll stay in Mentone for the 7th straight year. Tippecanoe Valley has defeated Rochester, this one by a final of 7-2. Sounds more like a baseball score
over there. Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got Winnemac is losing to Frontier 47-21 in the 4th. Concord now with a 34-13 lead on Jimtown. That game is in the 4th quarter as we take you back down to the field, ready to go here with a 2nd and 3 from the 47-yard line. 8:58 to go in the game. Mishawaka leading by 2. Jaden Parker has been the man on this drive, and he stopped right here by Ken Clemente after a pickup of about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
Be about 3rd and 1 here for the Kingsmen. That was Camden Putz who walked off gingerly from the field over there, a little limping off, but he was able to walk off on his own. Hopefully he's okay and can come back for this Cavemen defense.
On 3rd and 1, it's Parker again on the call, and he's got the 1st down as he spins forward to the 48-yard line and keeps the drive moving.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops give you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Penn at the 48 of Mishawaka. Colton Hernandez is coming to the game, but Landon Hall wants to throw and fires it to Mason Bernacki for the 1st down up to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 12. 2nd catch of the night for Bernacki.
There they finally busted out the passing offense here in the 2nd half. Here you can see on the Zolman Tire replay. Great job. Bernacki sitting underneath that defense, playing a little bit of zone on the Mishawaka Cavemen. Secondary there, great job of hitting him. Not trying to go deep, not trying to force it down the field, which was a good job as well.
1st and 10 at the 36. Now it's Hernandez trying to cut up the middle, and Clemente brings him down with a tackle at the 31 after a pickup of 5.
Hey, the 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support.
7 minutes to go as Hernandez jets up the middle of the field. Still on his feet. He's going in. Touchdown, Penn. Colton Hernandez takes it in from 31 yards out, and Penn is back in front thanks to a touchdown sponsored by Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant.
What a great job, Hernandez, getting up the field, losing that speed. Little unnecessary there at the end by the Cavemen. A lot of emotions out here on this ball field, though. Looks like they might be lining up for 2.
That would put them up by 6, just in case Mishawaka were to miss an extra point. So Hernandez will go back on the field for the 2-point conversion with Hall at quarterback. But the damage here has been done by the Penn offensive line in the 2nd half. They have been moving people off the ball. Hall drops back, now scrambles, trying to go in and lowers the shoulder and makes it in for the 2. Sponsored by Dean's Barbecue and Restaurant, and some toughness there from the 6'4", 203-pound quarterback.
Yeah, you're not going to see him run the ball very often, but in that situation, you saw what he's made of, and he took on 2 defenders. And he's like, you know what, I need to take this in for our team. Great job of picking up the 2-point conversion.
28-22 Penn, 6:52 left. Back with more in a moment on Sports Michiana. This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tony Letcher and Health Markets. The right coverage at the right price. The Penn students celebrating the biggest lead of the night so far for the Kingsmen. They have rallied from 16 down in this one to take a 28-22 lead, but 6:52 remains for the Mishawaka Cavemen, and their very confident quarterback, Landon Snyder.
Couple lead changes, 3 in particular here in the second half already. We'll see if Mishawaka can make it 4 to take the lead in this game.
After running for only 30 yards in the first half, the Kingsmen have 115 yards on the ground here in the second. Amir Dean trying to get around the outside, and he is brought down at the 15-yard line. Penn trying to say they have the football, but the ball was put down on the ground after the play was done.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to cut and kind of rolled his ankle a little bit, went down to the ground, and looked like he was in a little bit of pain a lot of time that ball comes out. But he definitely had his knee down on that. Here you can see on the Zolman Tire replay. As it makes that first cut, it kind of slips a little bit, and then the second one as well.
Yeah, he was down when they stripped him of the ball. Chase Buckwheat on the tackle. So Mishawaka starts the drive at its own 16 with 6:45 to go in this one. Landon Snyder and Caden O'Neill. That's been the offense tonight for the Cavemen, and O'Neill is stopped after a pickup of 2.
Hey, take your event to the next level with Events by Pro Show. They're specializing in audio, visual, lighting, and DJ services. Their team will help bring your event vision to life. Learn more at eventsbyproshow.com and go Kingsmen.
6:23 and counting. Mishawaka taking its time on this 2nd and 9 at its own 17. Snyder pitches. Will Mason with an acre of room on the outside, and Mason gets to the 30 for a first down, sponsored by ASA Electronics, a pickup of 13 for the speedy senior.
Stip Law in South Bend says go Kingsmen and have a great season. Stip Law achieves positive results by providing comprehensive, passionate representation. Stip Law, legal help for all life's hurdles.
Balanced line now for Mishawaka. 3 big hosses on each side and a wing right behind them. Mason in motion. Snyder tucks in and tries to pull away, but when you only weigh 150 pounds, unless you got a tearaway jersey, you're probably not going far.
Hey, a big thank you to Barnaby's Pizza Twin Branch for feeding our crew tonight. Remember, Barnaby's of Mishawaka has 3 great locations, Twin Branch, Granger, and on Grape Road. Be sure to check out everyone's new favorite appetizer as well, the Barnaby's Big Pretzel.
5:17 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Mishawaka down 6. They need the touchdown to tie. The extra point could win it for them. Snyder pitches out to Francis. Francis speedy around the outside. Carson Francis to midfield for a pickup of 16 and an ASA Electronics first down.
The Cavemen doing it with a bunch of different guys from the backfield, trying to get it to the outside, going up the middle, really trying to be diverse here in this drive. Really trying to hit that corner a little bit more, though.
All 291 yards of offense tonight for Mishawaka has come on the ground. Francis with 58 of them. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. Snyder maybe changing the play here. Play clock, plenty of time at 15. 4:29 left in the game. Movement along the line of scrimmage, and that'll cost the Cavemen 5.
Hey, Chips and Doodles is a family-owned and operated small batch local bakery. Their delicious cookies are baked in a commercial kitchen and made with real vanilla and butter. Delivery is available, as is pickup near downtown South Bend. Learn more at chipsanddoodles.com.
7 penalties against Mishawaka tonight for 50 yards. Keith Kinder was concerned about that coming into this one. His concerns have been realized. 1st and 15. Clock starts up again now at 4:10 to go in the game. Snyder will move it up the field and burrow in for about 4 yards that time. Landon Snyder now with 20 carries for 128 yards tonight, but he's only had 22 in his last 8.
Chonacki Automotive in Mishawaka offers a full automotive repair and service. 96% of their nearly 900 reviews on SureCritic give them a perfect 5-star rating. Chonacki Automotive Repair is located across the street from the Mishawaka High School on Lincoln Way.
Snyder cuts it up the field, dances, twirls, and gets to the 43-yard line. Well, they'll put him down at the 44, and that'll be a 3rd and 4 for Mishawaka with 3:22 and counting. A pickup of 8 for Landon Snyder.
The Penn Boosters always cheer on the Kingsmen, and last year they awarded over $88,000 to various academic clubs and teams. Support the Penn Boosters by following them on Facebook or go to pennboosters.org.
Keith Kinder has 2 timeouts remaining with 3 minutes to go. Snyder pitches, and Penn saw that one coming. Francis is smothered at the 49. It'll be 4th down. Quinn Watson came in, and put your hands together for Mr. Watson.
Wow, not only did they not gain any yards, they lost 4 yards, took them back to the original line of scrimmage on that play, made it a 4th and 10 right at midfield here for the Cavemen.
Ball game on the line for Penn with 2.5 to go. The Kingsmen fans, you can hear them on their feet. Snyder wants to throw, lobs it out there, incomplete. And Penn is held on downs and looks as though it's going to get a victory in the Backyard Brawl.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
2:15 to go. And Penn, we said at halftime this one had been a tale of 2 quarters. This is almost like a tale of 2 teams because they could not run the ball in the first half, and they haven't stopped running it in the second.
I mean, they just did a great job. I mean, they came together at halftime and talked about the running game, and they've put together what a performance by this offensive line here and the running backs in the second half.
Ewald, who got the third quarter started with a big part of that scoring drive, plows forward for 4 right here. And Penn about a first down away from putting this one in the bank with 1:55 to go. And yes, you mentioned that Penn offensive line. We probably haven't given them enough flowers tonight. And Mishawaka jumps offside to make this 2nd and 1.
I think that's going to be key for the Penn Kingsmen throughout this year is how well this offensive line is going to develop, because they're not just going to be a running team. They got to be a passing team as well if they want to go down to the state championship and play down in Indianapolis for that state title. And in order to do that, you have to be able to pass block and run block at the same time.
And not to take anything away from the Kingsmen, but Mishawaka hasn't helped its own cause tonight with 9 penalties.
In crucial situations at that.
But that Penn offensive line, I'm looking down there now at Adrian Brown and Pat Connery and A.J. Needham and Charlie Hennington, Wyatt Berger. And what a job they have done tonight. You got a lot of multi-sport athletes, a lot of guys who are rugby players and wrestlers, and they have gotten down to it in the second half. 2nd and 1, Caveman coming on a blitz, and they make the stop to make it 3rd and 1. Penn needs to get to the 40-yard line. And I don't know if they've called a timeout for a measurement here or a timeout by Mishawaka.
Yeah, they got to get to the 39 and a half, and I think they're right at the 39.
Well, actually the 40 and a half.
40 and
a half, and they're just past the 41. So it looks like they are going to bring the chains out for a measurement with 57 and a half seconds left. And, of course, if Penn gets the first down here, it's ball game. Pete Reardon telling his players to just get back out of the way so the officials can come out and do their job.
Reminder, this 4th quarter brought to you by Mayor Dave Wood in the city of Mishawaka.
And this is a very much anticipated measurement here at Freed Field. I think he's short by about the nose of a football. And remember, it's only third down. So 3rd and 1. So now a timeout will be called by Mishawaka with 57 and a half seconds left. And both these teams trying to go 2-0, but this is a real critical sequence of the season for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Yeah.
Because they come out of this game, and next week they have to take on Craig Kaler and the Concord Minutemen in a game that could very well wind up deciding the Northern Lakes Conference in the first conference game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, not only do you have a big rivalry game against, your crosstown rival in Penn, you got your biggest, perhaps biggest conference game right after that in Concord, like you talk about. And Craig Kaler's got a wonderful team over there, and he year in and year out has teams competing for that conference championship.
Meanwhile, Penn will play host to Riley. It's a team that they struggled with a little bit at Jackson Field last year, and when you come off a game like this, it's very easy to have an emotional letdown.
Not sure that this Penn team's going to have that letdown next week.
We shall see. First, they got to convert the 3rd and 1. They've put 1:02 now on the clock. 3rd and 1 for the Kingsmen. Hall trying to draw people offside with a hard count. Nobody on Mishawaka moving yet. And finally, a timeout is called here by Penn. And Pete Reardon will talk it over with his team after the timeout sponsored by Events by Pro Show. Back in 30 on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Penn trying to ice the Backyard Brawl. Kingsmen lead it 28-22 with 1:02 to go in the 4th. Looking at a 3rd and 1 from the Mishawaka 41. Hall throws in the flat. Jeremiah Mitchell with the catch, first down, and that'll do it. So Mitchell was able to make the grab on that one, his first catch of the night, and they get it out to him in space, and that'll be a first down for Penn with 57 seconds and counting, and Mishawaka only has one timeout left.
What a great call, what a great play. You got a quarterback like Hall, why not use it as a weapon there on even though it's 3rd down, you got another opportunity on 4th down if you were going to go for it as well to ice this game and put it in the books for the Penn Kingsmen.
10 out of 14 for 122 yards for Hall tonight. And Mishawaka will see Penn take a knee, and that will do it. The 67th chapter of the Backyard Brawl goes to the Penn Kingsmen as Pete Reardon's team celebrates by going 2-0 and knocking off their arch rival, the Mishawaka Cavemen, tonight by a final score of 28-22. A lot to talk about on our Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show, and we'll get to it next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
My name is Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Babsco. We welcome you inside Freed Field for the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show. You see the Penn Kingsmen sprinting to the locker room to celebrate their 28-22 victory over their arch rival, the Mishawaka Cavemen, tonight here in the 67th renewal of the Backyard Brawl. And we now welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby and Hundt high above the fray. What a ball game tonight, but boy, Penn really decided to come out and get physical in the second half.
Yeah, I think that was the difference. They kind of got woken up in the first quarter. They're like, oh, Mishawaka's here to really play, and they're going to be physical. They came back a little bit in the second quarter, but I think the second half they really took it to another level, and they really stepped up how physical and how aggressive they were going to be.
Yeah, they set the tempo really on the first drive of the second half when they came out and just ran the ball right down the field, scored on the end around from Buddy Hurt. Now, Mishawaka answered, but they could only answer with field goals and not touchdowns.
Yeah, and I think Coach Kinder did the right job of putting points on the board when he talked about that and not going for it on fourth down when they had the opportunity to put points on the board. We knew it was going to be a tough game. It was going to be a close game. They just couldn't succeed in their last drive and get it done at the end.
Time now to talk about our Reliance player of the game. To do that, let's go downstairs with Angelo DiCarlo.
Yeah, Colton Hernandez has to be the player of the game, right? The way he played in this one, 2 touchdowns coming off the bench, 69 yards rushing was outstanding. Got the game-winning touchdown, of course, as well. We would love to be able to interview him right now, but Coach Reardon wanted to make sure he got all the players into the locker room to chat as a team to celebrate this victory. So unable to talk to Colton here live on the air, but certainly a huge game, a senior that lifted his team in a major way here. When you guys mentioned, things were not going well in that first quarter especially, and they couldn't get anything going, and then finally were able to start getting some momentum in the second quarter and then continuing that momentum in the second half, and the run game proved to be the difference in this one. That smash mouth football that Penn was always known for, and they were able to accomplish it, led by Hernandez here in this game. He's our Reliance player of the game.
All right, thank you very much, Ange. 9 carries, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns, and one of those touchdowns just happens to be our Big C Lumber play of the game. In fact, it's the game-winning touchdown. Well, this is the Buddy Hurley touchdown run. I think actually this is Hernandez's first touchdown here, but our Big C Lumber play of the game, well, that would be his second touchdown of the night. The very explosive run in the fourth quarter that put the game away and really was a credit to the Penn offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, they just did such a great job of really opening up holes and really getting that surge up front and give it to the running backs. So they never gave up. They kept fighting for every single yard. And Hernandez did a great job of really spinning out of tackles, keeping his balance, putting his hand down a couple of times to pick up that 4, 5, 6 extra yards every single time.
Apparently we don't have that play handy, but nevertheless, Colton Hernandez with our Reliance player of the game and our Big C Lumber play of the game. And it's a 28-22 win for Penn. They've got Riley next week. That would appear to be a little easier task than what Mishawaka has, having to bounce back against Concord.
Yeah, definitely Mishawaka has the bigger task at hand with Concord. Concord's a perennial power year in and year out, and that could very well be for the conference title. Of course, you got Warsaw in the mix with that, and never forget about Northwood.
Well, we're looking forward to a trip north of the border next week to see Edwardsburg and St. Joe. But first, a reminder of thanks to our Sports Michiana crew who helped bring you this one, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin down in the truck, and Tony Beltran running things down there along with Duran Gray. Our great photography staff as well. And all the highlights of this one, thanks to their hard work tonight. A reminder, we've got our Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix. It comes your way Monday night at 7 on Pulse FM, as we'll recap the Irish season opener down in Miami from Sunday night. And then next Friday night, you start off with the Tire Rack Drive to the game at 6 on Pulse FM, and then we take you on up to Dickinson Stadium in St. Joseph as Andrew Pratley's St. Joe Bears take on the Edwardsburg Eddies. We're on the air with the pregame at 6:45, and do hope you'll join us then. Now from my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt and Angelo DiCarlo, it's Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final from Freed Field, Penn 28, Mishawaka 22. The preceding has been a production of Sports Michiana. Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. Brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors. Support us by supporting them.